We're going to open up and take a look at Confusion, Espionage and Deception in the Cold War Area. This is a game from Stronghold Games. It has a chess style to it. And it has that style in the fact that you have a board with the two opposing sides and it's one person move, the other person move. The only thing is, to start out with, you don't know what any of your pieces can do. So when you go to move it, your opponent has to tell you whether or not it's a legal move, and then you can mark down on the board to say yes or no it was a legal move, to where you eventually, before the game's over, might figure out exactly what the piece can do. And you also have an objective, I believe, to capture, but we'll open up and take a look at it. This seems, I just opened up Survive yesterday, and this seems to be the box size for the Stronghold Games products. So you have your rule book. So full color, it goes to explaining. Looks like it is I don't have a page number here, but it's just a few pages worth of rules here, and then it goes into the different language versions for the rules as the rest of the rule book. So it doesn't look to be a very complex setup as far as learning the rules. You get some folders here to keep track of your moves for all your different pieces. So you would have a piece and a thing, and then you would, as you found out from your opponent whether or not the moves were legal for your piece, you would either mark it off or leave it clean if you could do that move, to where you would eventually figure out which one of these pieces was your move, and then your opponent gets one. One of them's done up kind of like a little CIA badge, and then the other one, it's in Russian, but I'm guessing that would be a KGB kind of badge. And that's where you would keep track of the moves that your opponent could make, or what you told your opponent he could do, and what he told you you could do or could not do. But this would be the board, and you'd start out with your pieces laid out according to however the book told you to. I don't know if there's one standard scenario or if there's a few, but you'd lay your pieces out, and this side would be facing your opponent, so only he could see what it did, and it would be the end piece, and all you would know is that, hey, that's my end piece. We'll open up some of the pieces here. And these are nice quality, nice thick heavy plastic. But you see you have this piece here, and I believe if you make your piece from one board to your opponent's board edge, you get to use that, which you can move in all directions, but it would start out to where this piece could only move forward or backward in a diagonal direction. Now your opponent would know that, and you would have to figure that out through the course of the game. Otherwise, when you went to move this piece, he would say no, you couldn't move it, and then your turn would be over without getting to do anything. But you have some different pictures on the background, but these are just I don't believe they have any game effect. You're really just looking at the letter as it corresponds, and then it would have the little pieces, so they could be stuck, and they come out so they wouldn't be the same every game, of course. You'd eventually learn what all the pieces were. Then you have an identical set of pieces for the opponent. I believe this is the objective of the game, is to get the briefcase and bring it back to your board edge. I don't know if it starts out in the same space every time or if there's some different changes. But this would be in the board and your piece would have to capture it and get back to your side with it. You get some bags to put your stuff in. You get some grease markers here to mark the table. So you'd go through and mark it with that. And then wipe it off after you were done with the game. And it looks like you get some tokens here. I'm not sure what they're for, but you get 3 with the American flag, 3 with the Soviet flag. And it looks like they have some different things on them that maybe can be used to change or alter the game, or little special things you can do during the game. And that is everything you get in Confusion.